Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Makeup by the Numbers. Today we are going through another ultimate review. This is my favorite type of video. We just get down and dirty into how good a product is, examining it from all possible categories. And I am quite a ways, quite a few behind actually in what I need to review. So I'm going to knock one out today for you real quick, and that is going to be the LYS setting powder. Now, setting powder is typically, I hear my kids in the background like they're doing cowboys or something. Now, like, LYS setting powder, well, any setting powder really isn't typically one of those like nice sexy things we want to review, but they're kind of a staple for me, especially if you've got oily or combo skin, and it really makes a difference in the longevity of your makeup, and to keep you from looking greasy as the day wears on, especially again if you have that oily skin. So the first thing I want to talk about is the packaging. Now, it's got this beautiful metallic finish. It does show fingerprints, but they wipe off, it cleans well, and it's very stable, which I like, especially if it's a product that you're getting in and out of every day. It's good that it's got some durability to it. Obviously, they have this clean triangle shaped packaging, which is nice because it's compact, it lays flat, it can stand on its side. But one thing that's just kind of obnoxious is that it's an instance where I think form overcame function a little bit. These acute corners are a little bit difficult to get the powder of, and if you can see that I put it up to the camera, there is still a little bit left in the corners that I just couldn't get well, and that's even after I scraped it out, so that I could completely utilize this product. So even though overall I like the packaging and I think it's great quality, especially for the price point that LYS products come at, I am a little bit disappointed in the accessibility of the actual product in the container. It should never be difficult to get it out. For application, I prefer to use a puff. I think that gives great full coverage and it's an easy way to apply pressed powder. You can use a dry sponge, and you can also, of course, use a brush. The brush being maybe a little bit easier to work with overall, but requiring you to do smaller deposits of powder that you build up slowly in multiple coats. I am telling you right now, as an oily skinned girl who likes a very matte finish, I use a puff so I can get that maximum full coverage and really cake it on. That being said, because it is so mattifying, I actually gave it some blur-brain effect. 7 maybe on its own because it just completely mattifies the skin, and then an 8 with foundation where it's just getting a little bit extra help from your makeup tints. I don't love the coloration of it actually. When I'm talking about coverage, because there is a tint to it. Even though I got resilience, I find that there's a yellow tone to it. Now, for most people who have a neutral or warm undertone for their skin, they're not going to notice it. But if you're cool like me, or you have pink undertones or any sort of redness to the skin, you will pick up on this very faint yellow tint. So I actually gave it a 3 for tint, which is very disappointing. Now, overall for coverage, like I said, it's a 3 out of 10. It's not really providing you any coverage. It's just a setting powder. But if you're expecting something that's completely translucent, like a lot of setting powders are, I think you might be disappointed in this product. If even looking at the pictures on LYS's site, I noticed that my compact, when I held it in my hands, actually looked more like Brilliance, which is their banana colored shade, even though I have Resilience, which is their translucent shade. So translucent, not transparent, just something to keep in mind. And for luminosity, of course, it does have a beautiful 100% matte finish, which I do think is what we want. For texture, the actual texture of the product itself and how I'd say enjoyable and easy to apply, I gave it an 8. It's got a very, very creamy, smooth formula. It's crumbly because, you know, I've used so much of it, but so I'm picking up like the remains. But it's very smooth. If I were to put it on my face right now, like, again, it's just smooth and it really does almost disappear into the skin. It's wonderful. I gave it an 8. It does tend to clump and it does tend to crumble, but I think it is well within what's considered normal and probably still better than a lot of similar products. And I gave it a 5 for compaction. Again, 5 just being middle of the road, like it's not super hard pressed and it's not, you know, a fully loose powder. And I really enjoy that formula where it comes up easily, especially because I'm using a puff or a brush. It gives you that versatility of application where if it were too compact, you might struggle with some of the application issues. So scrolling down for longevity, again, I did not assess, because it's a setting powder, I didn't assess it in terms of, you know, how long does it wear on its own, which is not that great actually, but over foundation, I'd say it extended the life of my makeup probably about 3 hours. That may not sound like a lot, but it makes a huge difference at the end of the day when I'm coming home from work and I look like I've had my makeup on for a few hours versus it's completely shiny and worn, and my blush, especially if I'm wearing a cream blush, is gone. This can really, really help set. So they are inclusive, clean, vegan, and cruelty free. All that, I think those are the latest popular buzzwords. I don't have any problems against them. If that's important to you, this is an absolutely safe product. If it's not important to you, I think the budget will appeal to you, and that is the fact that this is the full size and it's available for $19 currently. Obviously that changes as this video ages, but that calculates out to cost per ounce about $82.60. Again, that's expensive because makeup's expensive, but compared to some other products such as the Kosas Cloud Set, compared to Laura Mercier, compared to Rare Beauty, it is actually right in the middle of all those brands. Laura Mercier is actually the cheapest out of those that I compared it to. So definitely, if you're looking for a very good powder and you're a little bit price conscious, this is a really good alternative to something in a drugstore because it just performs like a premium brand, but it does not have a luxury price tag. So I'm really really happy for that. It contains niacinamide, green tea, and some other hydrating ingredients. It wasn't irritating to my skin at all, but overall, this is I Know What You're Here For. I gave it an 8. This is a fantastic product that I highly recommend. Next up, I will be viewing the Kosas Cloud Set powder, so stick around and we'll get that next video up so you can compare. Thanks for watching. Remember, beauty is on the inside, and have a great day. Bye.